Hello, this video is for the demonstration and installation of auto-acoustic emission model Echolab, what we provide from Labat. It is full-featured clinical OAE in the palm of your hand. It's fast, innovative and reliable. It comes in two variants. Number one, Echolab screener which has OAE test. Number two, Echolab clinical which has OAE, DPI both. However, there is an option to upgrade it to screening ABR and AABR whenever you need. Let's see what all we get with the Echolab. This is the main console of Echolab. Here we have the probe of OAE, probe replacement tips, probe cleaning kit. It's a battery operated device. So here we have the rechargeable battery. You can recharge this battery by connecting the battery charger here. This is the battery charger. You get a ear tips box with different size tips. Also you get a neonatal tips packet 3.8 mm. This is the software CD what you will get so that you can import the test to the PC. And here we have the USB cable so that you can connect it with the PC. We also provide the calibration certificate here. Let's see what optional accessories you will get with the Echolab. This is the main console of OAE Echolab, as it has a feature of upgrading it to screening ABR and AABR. So you will get a single channel preamplifier so that you can do the test. One packet of surface electrodes. One packet of electrode cable. Abrasive paste. You can take the printout using a thermal printer. So you get a thermal printer along with the Echolab, and here it is. It comes with a paper roll that is inside the thermal printer. This is the printer cable what you will use in order to connect it to the Echolab. Here we have, and this is the power adapter for the thermal printer. Let's talk about the main console of the Echolab. This is the main console and this is the rechargeable removable battery of the Echolab. Now this is the back panel of the Echolab, and if you want to connect the battery, hold the Echolab and put the battery like this and then slide upward. The battery will be connected, and if you want to remove the battery, you see this part, press it and slide it downwards, the battery will be removed. Similarly, now this is the bottom part of the Echolab. Here you can see three ports are there: USB, aux and probe. USB is in order to connect the USB so that you can import the test in the PC. Aux port is used only to connect the single channel preamplifier so that you can perform the screening ABR and AABR, and port is the place where you have to connect the probe, OAE probe, every single time without failing. And this is the top part of the Echolab, and here you can see a small port. This is only in order to connect the thermal printer, which is optional. Now let's talk about the on-off switch and the functional keys and the keypad of the Echolab. Here you can see this button. It is for the on-off switch. If you press it and hold it, the equipment will be turned on. You can see it, and if you press it and hold it again, it will be turned off. These F1, F2, F3 and F4 are the functional keys in order to select the options from the screen. And here you can see shift, delete, SP and enter, and these are the keys so that you can move up, down, left, right. And these keys are, you can see alphabets are written over them. These are so that you can enter the name of the patient and some data whatsoever you need. Now let's turn on the device. This is the on off switch. I'm turning it on. Now the equipment is on. In order to light up the screen, I'll press SP key and it will light up the screen. Now I'll give you an overview of the test menu. So if you want to perform the test, you can see these are the functional keys and you see 4 options are on the display screen. So you will press the corresponding functional key in order to select the option. So I'm just giving you the overview of the test menu. So let's start it. You see data, it's above F2. So I will press F2. We will go into the menu. Now it asks for a code. Put any value what you want. I'm putting A and then I'm pressing F1 in order to OK. If I press F3 it will quit, and F2 and F4 are not functional at this moment. Now I'll press F1. I go further in the menu. It asks for the weight. I'm skipping it by pressing F1, and then it asks for the phase. I'm skipping it by pressing F1 again. Now you can see this is the test menu where you can see TE, DPI and ABR. If you want to do TEOE, you will press F1. If you want to do DPOE, you will press F2, and if you want to do screening ABR and AABR, you will press F4, and if you want to go back, you will press this del button and you will go out of the test menu. I'll show the TOE, DPOE in detail when we will run the test. However, just for an overview, I'll show it what options you will get when you will perform the test. So for TOE, I'm pressing F1. You can see it is showing 4 options: protocol, calibration, run and quit. So when you are performing the test, you will go in series like selection of protocol, then calibration and then execution, and further you will get more options for printing the test and saving the test. Now we will go back in the menu. So I am pressing quit. Now I will press F2. Same option you can see in DPOE menu also: protocol, calibration and run. So selection of protocol first, then calibration and then run, and then further more option which I will show you in detail when we will be performing the test. Now I'm quitting it. Now again I will show you del to quit. You see I'm back. I'm pressing quit and I'm on the home screen. Now I'll turn off the equipment. Let's make the connection of the Echolab. Let's first make the connection of the probe, then the preamplifier. This is the place where the probe will be connected. So this end of the probe will go here. So keep this side up and it goes like this. As you can see, it's connected. Now let's make the connection of the preamplifier. The preamplifier goes in the aux port. You can see the arrow mark is over here, so keep it upward and then connect it. So here we have connected the preamplifier cable. Now this is the port where the printer pin will be connected. So this is the pin. Now it goes inside like this. So once it is connected, we will connect this part of the printer cable to the printer. Now this part of the printer cable will go to the thermal printer. This is the place where we will connect it, and like this it will be fixed. Now we will connect the thermal printer with the power supply. This is the port and this is the pin. Now this is connected and the printer is on. Now we will perform the test. So first of all we will turn on the equipment. So it's on. To light the screen we will press SP key. So the light is on the screen. Now to go into the test menu we will press F2. It asks for a code. We will put any value. Then press F1. Now we can skip weight by pressing F1 and the phase by pressing F1 again. Now we are in the test menu. You can see TE, DPI and ABR is on the screen. So you will press F1 for TOE, F2 for DPI and F4 for ABR. So first of all we will do TOE. So I am pressing the F1 key. Now we are in the test menu. So here you can see protocol, calibration and run. So for this selection I will press F1 for protocol, F2 for calibration and F3 for execution of the test. So first of all we will select the protocol. Now you can see screener and clinical. You can see A and B in front of these two options. So you press A and B to go up and down. So I am doing the screener first. So I am pressing A and locking it by pressing F1. It's locked. To go back in the previous menu, press F1 again. We are in the previous menu. Now we will do the calibration. At this time you will put the probe in the patient's ear. So I am putting the probe. Then OK and then run. Now you can see the test is done. To take the print we will connect the thermal printer. It's connected. Now we'll press the P to take the print. So the test is being printed. So once it's done you can save the test so that later on you can import it to the PC. So the test is saved. So to check the spectrum you can press F1. You can see the spectrum. Press F1 for next. Here are all the values. Now to quit you can press the quit. Now we will do the DPI test. So now in the test menu we will press F2 to go in the DP menu. I'm pressing F2. You can see the same option what we saw in TOE, protocol, calibration and run. So first of all for executing the test we will select the protocol. So I'm pressing F1. We are in the protocol menu where you can see two options, screener and clinical. To shuffle in between these two you will press A and B so that you can select the desired test. So we are doing the screener, so I'm pressing A to select it and F1 to lock it. To go in the previous menu I'm pressing F1 once again. So we are in the previous menu. Here we will select calibration now by pressing F2. Now at this time you have to put the probe in the patient's ear and select the ear in which you have put the probe. So I'm putting it in right. So now I have pressed R for right. At this time you press F1. At this time you will hear a sound and then run. So now the test is done. You can see it shows pass. To take the print, connect the thermal printer and press P. The test will be printed. So here you get the same different option like DPGM for DP gram, save to save the test. So first of all we will save it so that later on we can import it. It's saved. Now if you want to check the DP gram, press F2. The DP gram is being displayed. Press next to check the values at different frequencies and press F1 for next. Here our test is done, so I'm pressing the quit to quit it. Now I will show you how to import the test what we saved in the equipment when we were performing the test. So we have given you a software CD with Echolab. So from that you will install the Labat software in your PC. Once it is installed you will see this type of icon what you are seeing on your screen. So I'm opening it. It will ask a username. I'm entering the username and then the password. So once we log in, you see this type of screen on your PC. So after that what you have to do, you have to connect the equipment Echolab via USB to your laptop. Once you do that, after that please don't operate on your equipment and turn on the equipment. So once it is turned on, what you have to do, you have to create an archive if you want to, like I am creating OAE and I am giving it a specific name like the date, like whatever I want to do. So here the archive is created. Now what we will do, we will import the test in this archive. So I'm opening it up. You see there is a blank screen and you don't see anything on this software. So here you see the iPort option. Double click on that option and you will see this type of screen on your PC. Here, if you don't get this type of screen, possibly you will be displayed this type of screen. So you don't have to worry about that. Just click on the expert mode. Here you will see the patient ID what you created and the test what you have done of those patients. So if you want to import every single test, as you see the blue mark is in front of the patient name, just click here and create the blue mark in front of the test also. If you don't do that, those tests in front of which this blue mark is missing, those tests will not be imported in your PC. So I have checked every single point. You can see now I am hitting transfer to database. It gives me a prompt message that once the test is transferred, delete it from the equipment. So I'm hitting no until and unless I'm sure about it that the tests are transferred. So I'm hitting no. So the tests are now transferred. You can go back. Now you can see the patient ID is created over here. So what you have to do in order to open the test, I'm selecting this very first one. I'm entering the surname and then the name and then the date of birth. These three details are important, else you will get a error message from the software. And I have put down the details. Now I will click on OAE. Then you can see this is the TOE test result what we performed. Here you can see the table at each frequency, the values, signal to noise. If you want to give the print command, you can hit this icon and the test will be printed. Now we will go back. I'll show you the DPI test what we did. Here you see this is the patient test. Okay. Now I will give the test surname to this one and date of birth. These three things are mandatory. Now I'm double clicking this test and it opens up the DPI test. Here you can see the DP gram, the table F1, F2, FDP, and you can give the print from here. After that you can come back and that's it.